Visited by 500,000 to 600,000 persons annually, we added +1 to that count as the Nichi Bei Cafe visits the famous San Francisco Japanese Tea Garden in Golden Gate Park. Steven Pitsenbarger, supervising gardener at the Tea Garden, gives us an update on their renovation progress.
So the pagoda behind me was built for the Panama Pacific Exposition of 1915 down in the marina, and it was moved over here after that fair ended. So early 1916 it came to the garden, and it was about 60 feet to the left of where it is now. In World War II, in 1943, the Shinto shrine was removed by the Rec and Park department at the time, and the decision was made to move the pagoda to where the Shinto shrine had been. So it's sat here since 1943. I've been here since 2007, and the pagoda was in pretty bad shape when I got here. I worked for many years along with some of my predecessors like Deborah Knotts, worked to try to get an effort together to get that restored, and that finally happened in December of 2018. We had Friends of the Japanese Tea Garden met with Phil Ginsberg and other community members to get the ball rolling, and Phil agreed to start this $2 million project to restore the pagoda. We also repainted the temple gate that's nearby.
Steven points out some interesting connections to Japan and San Francisco Japantown.
And then the bells that you see on there are 20 bells and 2 jiboshi. Those were manufactured for us. They were custom made by a company named Morikuni out of Niigata, Japan. And then on the base of the pagoda, we have new stonework. This used to be a concrete base, but the stonework here now is Tatsuyama stone. This is from Takasago, Japan, which is not too far from Himeji. And it's the same stone that's on Himeji Castle. Some of the stone is used at the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, and the stone was donated to us by Matsushita. He owns this Tatsuyama Stone Company in Takasago, Japan. He sent the stone to us, and with the help from grants from the Takasago Chamber of Commerce and the National Chamber of Commerce in Japan, sent workers out here with him to install the stone for us. So we're on the back side of the pagoda now. This door used to be on the front side. The base for this pagoda was previously just a smooth concrete. It had an exaggerated curve. We have adjusted that to have this natural stone that, again, makes it feel more like a castle wall at a place like Himeji Castle. The angle of a castle wall, to get that correct, we had to chip away some of that concrete to make space for the stones so that they could fit in. And then the door, which used to be on the front, got moved to the back so the front could have a cleaner look to it. And Ishii, one of Kurisu's employees, found this piece that we had that's left over from a remodel from the Japantown Plaza from decades ago. And he cut that to be the header on the door. So sort of a nice little piece that ties into local history as well as the stone from Japan.
Steven talks about the next phase of work around the renovated pagoda.
So this landscape, some changes have already happened. There was a fence that enclosed the Shinto shrine originally, and that fence still stood around the pagoda for many decades, but we've taken that fence down. That was kind of phase one of the landscape construction project. And what's going to be happening starting this week is that these trees that are planted around what used to be the fence line, these trees are going to get moved. And the reason we're moving them is to bring in some very large boulders, the largest of which is going to be about 18 tons. And once the stones are placed, the trees will come back in a more natural arrangement. And in addition, there will be some cut stone that lays in front of the pagoda. And that stone's been cut. That's going to get delivered this week as well. It'll form sort of an extended base to the pagoda, and also maybe a de facto stage for future events.
Next, we talk with Lucy Fisher, board member of the Gardens of Golden Gate Park, and also known to the local Japantown community as a board member of the Japantown Task Force. Lucy will talk about how the future looks for the gardens.
The Friends of the Japanese Tea Garden did raise enough money to help with the renovation of the pagoda and the plaza. So actually that organization will sunset, but we are now a part of the Gardens of Golden Gate Park. And the Gardens of Golden Gate Park is something that came together about a year and a half ago. The conservatory, the botanical garden, and the Japanese tea garden to be a public-private partnership with Recreation and Park, and it's been a very advantageous relationship for everyone, I believe.
If you want to donate to support the garden, please go to gggp.org/ways-to-give. The Japanese Tea Garden is open every day, and the typical hours for the Japanese Tea Garden is in the winter 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. and in the summer 9 a.m. to 5:45 p.m. Local tip: admission is free Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. To bypass the lines, you can purchase tickets at gggp.my.salesforce-sites.com/ticket. This is Greg Valoria for the Nichi Bei Cafe.